What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video? Hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today, we're breaking down episode number 8 of season 43 of Survivor. I really like this episode. It was a little bit of a letdown on how things ended up going down. I wish we would have maybe got a little bit more of the supposed civil war that was supposed to come. It was supposed to get real crazy. But maybe it was a little bit of a letdown, but there's still a lot going on. Let's start with where we were last week. So Dwight was voted off, and there was a bit of shuffling going on. So Janine actually gave Dwight her idol to hold on to because they knew that James had the knowledge is power advantage, so they wanted to kind of, shuffle things up. Cody actually gave Jesse his idol as well to hold on to. Noelle gave her steal a vote to Owen. So there was a lot of just kind of like mixing things up. Carla didn't even bother. She was like, nobody knows about mine. I'm just holding on to it. James is my bud. We're looking good. So they didn't even kind of worry about moving hers around. But it seemed like after James was voted off, it kind of looked like this now, right? So James has knowledge is power, Carla has an idol, Cody has an idol, Noelle has a steal a vote. That's what's on the board now. Janine's idol is gone. See you later. We don't have to worry about it. And we get kind of back to camp after tribal, and Cody's actually kind of shocked that Sammy voted with him. Kind of gives him a really strong 7. You've got Ryan, Jesse, Cody, Sammy, James, Carla, Cassidy. On the other side, you would have a 4 of Noelle, Janine, Owen, and Gabler, who were kind of on the outs of the vote, even though Gabler was kind of it's a thing. They're seeing that Sammy, they're like joining over with them. It's like, okay, this is kind of interesting. He explains it to Janine, saying like, look, I learned that Cody and Jesse were flipping last minute. I had to go along with them. She's like, he had my idol. And it's like, yeah, okay, now it's official. Dwight had the idol. He like put it in his crotch. He shoved it way down in there. It was a crotch idol. Down in those shorts. She wasn't gonna be getting it back. Sammy tries to tell her like, hey, this is better. People knew about it. Now they're gonna be more willing to work with you now that the idol's kind of gone. They feel like they could trust you a little bit more because that's kind of a thing hanging over their head or whatever. So he tries to convince her that it's good. Most were kind of shocked, and they were like, oh, he had it, like, oh my god, that's amazing. Like, it kind of spread around like Dwight had the idol, and everybody's like, all right, it's gone. But wait, is it? So that brings us to a little bit of a flashback. So apparently Dwight got a little bit nervous, and he was like, you know what, maybe I should hand the idol off to someone else. So he hands it off to Jesse. He hands it off to Jesse. So now Jesse has Janine's idol, but everybody thinks the idol is gone. Like, they think it's flushed and it's completely gone. And Jesse has it. He's the only one who knows. Technically, he also has Cody's idol. So that means that he had Cody's idol and Janine's idol at the last tribal. And there's some weird rules, because like we were talking about that last episode, was when is the cutoff to be able to give an idol back? What does it mean when you give someone an idol, like, right? Like, so if you give somebody an idol, that's yours. That means it is now their idol. It is up to them if they want to give it back. They are in no way required to give back to the original person. Right, unless it's like written in the rules of some sort, right, that it can't be exchanged or whatever. There's no like thing tying them to be giving the idol back once somebody gives it to you, right? So we were wondering, like, all right, so Dwight had the idol. Could he have passed it after as the votes were being read? Could they have like snuck it back? Jeff actually did a interview where he kind of confirmed, like, listen, it's once I say, like, if anybody has a hidden advantage or immunity idol and you want to use it, now would be the time to do so. And then he starts reading the votes. It's done. It's locked. Like, you didn't play. You are holding it. It's yours. You can't transfer it to anybody else until after the votes are finished and somebody is gone. So we were like, okay, Dwight's gone. See you later. But now Janine gave that idol to Dwight, and Dwight gives it to Jesse. So that made it Dwight's idol to freely give to Jesse. Now it's Jesse's idol to freely use, and it doesn't matter. And nobody knows it. It's just amazing. What a shock. Especially after thinking like, yeah, like that just flushed the idol. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I just, wow. Just complete shock to that. So again, he still had Cody's idol. Like, they didn't show him giving it back either, but I assume he gave it back to Cody and they're kind of working together anyway. So I don't think it would be a thing that he would like, I'll hold on to it. I think they're just doing it because James has the knowledge of power and there's a chance that he knows that Cody has an idol, since Noelle was kind of talking about it to Carla, but they don't know if everybody knows or not that he has an idol, so that's to be seen. But I would assume he would give his idol back to Cody. But yeah, idol that would have been flushed, would have been turned up into the game, now in the hands of Jesse, covertly, nobody knows. Like I was saying, we kind of have this 7 kind of forming. You've got Ryan, Jesse, Cody, Sammy, Cassidy, Carla, and James. Carla and James, super tight. They got Cassidy with them as well from the original Coco. They're also getting along with Ryan. Jesse and Cody have a really good bond. Sammy really wasn't into working with his tribe for the past few votes. Been working with the other guys. But he's also not feeling exactly comfortable either. He's thinking about maybe, you know, shaking things up. And he would actually maybe like to flip on the 7, have the 4 of them that were on the outs, technically, even though Gabler was kind of in on a lot of the decisions going on. Gabler, Owen, Janine, Noelle, and Sammy kind of forming up. Then you just need to grab one person from the other side. But who do you grab? Maybe Cassidy would be somebody that you could likely flip. Jesse, I don't think is anybody you could flip. They were thinking about trying to get Ryan out, and that was kind of a name that was thrown around, even though he's a really good provider. They were talking about him going out and fishing, doing all that kind of thing. But a lot of the others were thinking Owen, and Owen would be a good target to go for. That kind of takes us into the immunity challenge with all of these ideas of where the numbers could really go, like what's going to happen. That takes us into the immunity challenge, which was your, standard endurance, where it's a pole with a ball on top, and you kind of have to keep the ball balanced. The pole's going to get longer and longer as things go. But we also got the new-ish, they've been doing it for the past few seasons, the rice negotiation. So Jeff brings out the big bag of rice. He said, this is a big old bag of rice for you guys. I just need a few players to sit out of this challenge. And they kind of go over, it's like, look, if you want the bag of rice, the number's got to be 5. 5 players have to sit out. And I'll tell you this, next week, it'll be more. So they're like, all right, like, let's see what we can do. And let's get this rice. Sammy sits out, James sits out, Carla's out. And then Jesse steps forward as well. So those were the first 4, and then eventually Cassidy steps up, even though they do try and convince Owen. They're like, look, Owen, like James especially, he's like, Owen, you're good, like we'll protect you, like you can step forward. So that was kind of funny. They were trying to get Owen to go forward, even though they were thinking about voting Owen out. So it was kind of like a little trick to get him, like, hey, don't play, and then vote him out just later. So on to the poll balance. Owen, Ryan, and who was the last one? Cody were the last 3 with really long polls. Everybody else kind of really drops out. Ryan was doing this kind of thing where he was like balancing it on his forehead, but that kind of made it go back further. He eventually drops, and then it's down to Owen and Cody. Cody was trying to put the new poll in, but the wind kind of takes it and it eventually falls. So Owen wins immunity. So any plans to go for Owen at this tribal, they're done for. Once we get back to the beach, Ryan starts suggesting Janine as a target because, I mean, why not, right? Like, let's just get her out. She's somebody that could be sneaky. He kind of rallies the troops. Everybody's kind of on board. Seems like it's going to be fairly unanimous. Owen and Noelle would be still on the outs of that. I think Gabler was even clued in on the Noelle vote pretty early. And then he goes out to catch some fish. He's like, all right, did my work, did my talks. Time to head on. It's time to head on out. Hey, look, you know what? If you're confident in what you guys are going to be doing and everything's good, yeah, go out, get your fish, right? Get some food for everybody. Be a provider. Now, here's where things get a little bit tricky because again, I told you guys, Sammy wasn't 100% confident going with the 7. He's like, where do I fall in that group, right? Like, am I bottom of the totem pole when you've got people who were in tribes together? So he wants to kind of see if he can shake things up. And he starts pitching Ryan to go. And he brings it up with Janine. He brings it up with Owen. James actually walks by as he's suggesting it, but he ends up bringing it up to Carla later anyway. And everybody kind of seems on board except for James. James isn't too sure. James is like, look, I still think we should go for Janine. Because at least with James's mind, he's like, look, stick with the devil you know, not the devil you don't, right? Like, I know that Ryan is a vote for me right now. Janine, on the other hand, I don't know. Meanwhile, Cassidy is strongly against keeping Ryan. She's like, no, because he's already tried to vote me out. Whereas it's kind of this like, back and forth. What's going to happen? Where are these votes going to end up falling once we head to tribal? Once we do get to tribal, there was a lot of talk of how things are kind of always shifting and where the lines are going to be drawn, how that can change from day to day, and how everybody's playing kind of real subtle right now, and it's not real like out in the open. It's just kind of like have a conversation, move along. There was talking about, you know, Ryan having the conversation, going out and fishing. And they were like, he got 21 fish, like he's doing a lot. And Jeff was like, all right, yeah, he did that. So Gene, what are you doing? He's like, well, while he was doing that, I was trying to make connections. I was trying to work with people. There was talk from Sammy. I really liked what Sammy, he was like, listen, trust is a crock of crap. Like, you can't trust anybody with what they're saying. Cody had this really cool little line too about where he was like, what did he say? It was like even like little like you can misread a word or a, you know, body language or like a movement, right? And that one thing could lead you to think like, oh, maybe they're lying to me now. So that was kind of a cool little line. And then, you know, Sammy also says like, hey, like, you know what, after tonight there could be like a civil war. It could be like the lines are redrawn and you know, let's see, it could get crazy. I was like, all right now, where's it gonna go? Is it going to be Ryan and Sammy and Gabler are going to stick with the others, you know, Janine and Noelle? Maybe they were able to pull Cassidy over because she was very against keeping Ryan, and maybe he goes. Or does Sammy stick with the 7, right? They keep going the 7 strong, at least for a little bit, get rid of Janine, who, you know, at this point, I don't think Janine was much of a threat. Like, early on, it seemed like maybe she could be, but now she's just so out in the open, nobody really trusts her. She's just kind of somebody you could drag along and probably do pretty well with against in the end. Doesn't necessarily seem like somebody who would maybe win immunity challenges, somebody that, you know, you could beat fairly easily. So it seems like, yeah, maybe keep Janine. Why not? So it was going to be interesting to see where this goes. And then it ends up being a 9-2 vote for Janine to leave. And it was like, all right, what? Cassidy and Janine were the only 2 votes for Ryan. So again, Cassidy very strongly against Ryan, like had to get that vote in for him. I assume it was probably just like a just in case vote, like in case Janine had like another idol that she pulled out, or maybe they were like, maybe Joy gave it back and they weren't sure, even though Jesse has it. I love the fact that Jesse has that idol. So yeah, it was like, all right, like maybe some war, but it's like, boo! I wanted war, and they just voted out Janine. Not necessarily like I like Janine or Ryan more than the other, but I just like chaos. Give me more chaos. And that's pretty much where we wrap up the episode. Janine is voted out, and we'll see how things change now going forward in the next episode. The preview did have it seem like some shenanigans were going to be happening. Noelle was like, I'm going to use my steal a vote. Like, who knows what's going to be happening? Because if James has the knowledge is power and he tries to steal the vote from Noelle, then maybe Noelle gave it to somebody else, like Owen, or who knows what's going to happen. I'm very interested to see how it goes. What did you guys think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you not? Were you disappointed that there wasn't more chaos, or were you just happy to see Janine go? Let me know in those comments down below. Also, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, smash that like button and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, you never miss a stream. You can check out all the links in the description and a pinned comment down below for all of my socials, Twitter, who knows what's going on with Twitter anymore. But you can follow me over there. That's also why you should definitely check out the Discord, where you can join the community, join the conversation over there as well. And also my Twitch. I said I was going to stream, and then I didn't. I know, but I'm going to stream over there. I promise. I promise I'm going to get the stream back up and running over there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support, and I will see you next time.